1,000 feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts would turn to dream, cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. Swear I came from the bottom, flappers living, walking dead on. Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese and you're dead wrong. Propaganda set the standards in the tear down.
Throw it back, yeah, I'm born to it's talking, it's hustling me where I'm at. I'm living how I want now. No reason to doubt, it's clear to see. All eyes on me for 100 degrees. Who am I? Ruthless, easy, does it. In public, hated and love it. The underdogs with liquor swabs. It was written in my diary to start a war. I'm feeling infamous, immortal with my technique. A revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. This the glamour life, you still not a player. You ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice and super duper fly. Used to keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping. See you at the crossroads.
Money over on my headstone. Here lies young, getting paid, but never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the headstone. Too late, you already lived. It was written in the children's story. Their life's up, so what you want? Every day I struggle with it. Only God could tell me slipping. I'm infinitely big through the genesis. Dead presidents, drop a gem on them. On earth, these the last days. Throw your get money, quiet storm. Have it thoughts. For the cream, renegade. For the money, only green is the I'm a player on the late night tips. So these see the prototype. Fingertips, reservoir dog. To the skull, ignorant. Can I live? Still film it. Kiss to death, friend, protect your neck. 3 boys.
And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. 2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Change the money, change the money. Oh, it's good.
What's happening? Cooling, man. Just walking in the house, bro. Had a long day. All good, my brother.
This is the Oklahoma City line. This is Carson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I think they got a little accelerated clock on it.
Brandon, because early on in this game,
no, they don't.
Put their noses close to the line of scrimmage. And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing right away right now, aren't you? Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can
nice.
Stick something to him.
You gotta let that go, man.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, Wilson.
You gotta catch that.
Incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see? Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let that fight it out. Force is fourth down. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. The first carry now. This is
get off the block.
And they get it down right near the midfield stripe. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It didn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
I wish you turn up the XP, man. I said, I wish you turn up the XP.
From midfield, here's Breeze. Oh, no, it's Thomas. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara.
Nice.
He's down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was. As he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Well run. This is Kamara. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They're trying to quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're open, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play.
Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Breeze.
Ah, come on, pick that up.
Plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback.
Damn, you missed that? I was trying to invite somebody to my party.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Wilson.
Oh, man, touch the ball.
It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Linebacker Jamario Davis. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans are thinking is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. I'm the coach. I make a little joke and say, you know, some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
He gets this one complete to Tre'Quan Smith. Now he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The first catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And they bring it down at the 18-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
They definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. He gets it to Thomas. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into just tough coverage.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he's got it. And he can work down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is in to score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to the best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
They start out on the ground with Carson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out, but I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. They'll run it now out of the gun.
Come on, man.
Goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play caller, you're advancing yourself, thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Now he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a 1st down.
The try and run forward with Fournette. Broken tackle. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Throwing down Wilson on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Cameron Jordan in there to get him for a loss of 5. Alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. To throw is Wilson.
Come on, block. God.
Rankins in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays.
Jesus Christ.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. It's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
Oh.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, this is Kamara.
Are you serious?
And some space here. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
He does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Trying to pound it in, Kamara. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
Despite the breaks, they're still able to pick up a nice solid game.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints add on to their lead. Barthon for the extra point. To connect on the extra point.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. On second down, Wilson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now Wilson on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Carson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. On third down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Bree's going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Shotgun now for Brees. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Ready?
Brees will try again on 2nd down. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Barkevious Mingo in that time on the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read.
And this is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Extra point good by Barth. And that makes the score 21-0. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken at his 4. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And this one's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Wilson now throwing again. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. His first catch, good for 16 and a 1st.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Will Dissly, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Gostkowski the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. Now Breeze. Throwing the comeback route. He's got the hook up to Thomas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Escapes the sand. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. So he got free at 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now Breeze on 3rd down. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Josh Hill, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints add on to their lead. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
Last week was commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers to get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
A terrific return, 30 yards all in all. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. It's grabbed over the middle by White. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, a 22.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Buying time to his left. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now Wilson, end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Kevin White, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts, and they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, that you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And Thomas has it. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 1st down, Breeze. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. From the gun, it's Breeze. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Here's Breeze. Thomas has got it, complete. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. Breeze now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They run it again with Kamara. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. That's complete to Meredith. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Bree's going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a 1st down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through. They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And this is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
And Barth puts it through. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Escaping the pressure right. Looking for White up, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Kevin White, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. For that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Ready.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground.
13.
Breeze now. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. A big play for the Saints on 3rd down. And even 40 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Going for it all. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
We got 3. We got ready. Yellow lady. Where's that?
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Completes this one to Meredith. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Wilson to lock it there for the Seahawk 1st down. Now it's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking for White on the deep ball. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
14.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. They're going to try and run. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Second and 10 now. Wilson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 3rd down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Flush to his right. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. Room to run past midfield. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2 inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last for a
long time.
No doubt.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 38 yards. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Saints. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Throwing is Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And the pressure gets to him again. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing, so they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Wilson hit. It's loose. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Even with that broken tackle, can't get very far. Stops short of the 30. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Again, it's Kamara. Spins by. And now running right through it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On the ground, Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.